Leos, welcome back to your monthly tarot reading. I'm Ashley Rose and this is your monthly tarot reading for February 2022. This reading goes for all Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So anytime throughout this month, throughout this year, you want to check this out, want to figure out what the heck was going on in February, this video is for you. We are going to be pulling 7 cards for an overview of the month, an oracle card, 3 cards for your love life, 3 to clarify, and then we are going to end it with an affirmation card. So coming into February, we kind of end, or in the last couple days, we start the month in Mercury Retrograde, which I don't feel like is going to be terrible. Kind of sets the tone that like we are releasing and setting ourselves up on this right foot. Like everything, like literally February 3rd happens, every planet is direct and it's like full steam ahead. We understand, like we had this big, I feel like realization, like eureka moment throughout Mercury retrograde where we understood where we were getting in our own way. We understood what was holding us back. We changed the perspective that we were having towards our success and towards some patterns, some ways of thinking, right? We illuminated our thought process and kind of became our own little revolutionaries in ourselves, or like had our own little like feel like spiritual revolution within ourselves, right? To kind of like connect and get and dig deeper, to disconnect from the things that didn't matter, right? Like maybe social media, maybe old friend groups, toxic thought patterns, right? And connect to what we really want, right? That's our desires. That's, our purpose, what we're here, what we're doing every day, what lights us up, our talents, right? And coming into February, all of this is kind of accessible to us because we took the time to kind of go within, right? And we are in Aquarius season, so it should be favorable to you. It's your sister sign, so get in touch with that side of you, the opposite side of you, right? We're using our ideas, we're using what is inspiring us. We are allowing, our authentic sides to come out. And, I feel like I love Leos because it doesn't really matter because you are confidently you and you stand in you all the time. But it's this moment to kind of shine that a little bit brighter, right? To get in touch with the more like taboo sides of ourselves, maybe the stuff that we don't necessarily stand out in confidently, and we're allowing that to kind of come to the forefront. Maybe we always wanted to be a tarot reader in this month. We're like, yeah, I'm standing out and I'm doing it, right? Like no more hiding behind whatever was holding us back before. We have a new moon in Aquarius that happens, and that is here to kind of like with the end of Mercury retrograde, take all of these things that we've learned in this Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, right, and apply them, set new intentions, come up with things, new manifestations that are happening, because as this month unfolds, we're going to really see everything that's at our fingertips, everything that's kind of like at our disposal, I don't know what I'm saying. At our use, right? At our fingertips, what we can really get into. Yes. And it helps us just come up with another plan, right? Because new things are coming in. So how are we going to keep ourselves balanced? How are we going to keep our eyes kind of like on the prize, right? And then at the end of this month, we go into Pisces season where we're going to get even deeper into our emotions and how we're feeling and how we connect our feelings with our desires, right? Where when we connect with our feelings and instead of our thoughts, how we can allow that to come in. And it's this like, I feel like, again, it's like this spiritual evolution right now, which sounds so silly, but like really connecting to ourselves. Instead of listening to the fears and the doubts and the anxiety, we're listening to our dreams and our desires and what really makes us feel good, what fills us up with love. It's this moment to connect to ourselves on a spiritual level, even deeper than we've been in the past. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right, because this year is all about balance, it's harmony and connection. So we're going to go throughout this month and feel that the connection in different ways, how we can bring that into balance, and this Pisces season will be no different. It's coming back again after being in a time of so many different extremes. Oh, we got 2. Yeah. And now we're learning how to kind of mend that gap, right? Learning how when we can work in unison and we can work together, our goals become a lot more obtainable than they were before. We can balance ourselves, right? You're a Leo, so you're like strength in the major arcana, and that is, taming that beast within us again, taming that doubt, that despair, what we think we need to hold on to, and allowing ourselves to go forward, allowing ourselves to be brave and shine our lights and that talents, right? So maybe some of that is what we were maybe afraid to step into, right? Something authentic about ourselves, going back to maybe we wanted to be a tarot reader, maybe we wanted to start a YouTube channel about reading tarot, right? And we're taming that beast. We're taming that thing that says, no, don't do it. No one's going to watch your videos. Nobody's going to care, type deal. But you're not, you really think you're good enough to do that? Those types of thoughts. We're leaving those behind. I made my steps for the day. Yes. And we're allowing our talent to just come out, right? Because we know what we want to do. We know what makes us happy. We know what we came here to share. Maybe we're healers. Maybe we want to, be teachers and help others with things that have really helped us. And this month we kind of see the way to how to do that before we're maybe we're a little bit scared. I keep getting this feeling that there was something to be scared about. We're coming into a time where we don't have to. Everything's fine. We have this 10 of Swords here at the bottom with this 2 of Swords in reverse. And it's like everything that's going to happen has already happened. The doubts, the people stabbing in you in the back, the stuff that didn't work out, it's already happened. We're in a space where it's time for us to release our insecurities, to drop the swords and just walk out into this like open and willing and ready to receive. There's no guards we need to be holding up anymore. Everything is fine. We're in a moment where we are crossing into a new way of life, and this is across the board for everybody. We are all kind of turning our directions, we are turning our focus, right? This is everything that's happened to us during Mercury Retrograde, not Mercury Retrograde. I feel like even these past couple years where it's like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this anymore. This is just too hard. I'm exhausted even more. But it's like, no, it's this moment of like, this is why it's all happened. Right, kind of deal. Because even under that, there's justice, and I was just gonna say that I didn't even see it, but it's this point of justice where things are balancing out, where we are seeing why things happened the way they did, and karma's kind of coming back around. Because at the beginning of the month, we got the Ace of Cups. This is new love coming in. This is dreams. This is our manifestations. This is blessings. Look at this cup. It's sitting here in like universe's hand, God's hand, whatever you want to say it. And it's like, here you go for being such a good little boy and girl. Please, here you go. See what's right in front of you. And it's this opportunity to really bring something in that you've always wanted. And this cup is overflowing. And there's a dove bringing an offering. So there's offerings coming into you right at the beginning of the month. And it's going to feel a little bit overwhelming. I feel like, especially because we just are like, what is going on? Everything's going direct. Everything's coming kind of quickly because we have this Knight of Wands here. It's going to feel a little extreme, so pay attention in the beginning of this month to kind of keep yourself calm, to remember that there's going to be moments where we feel a little bit extreme because we got this like new opportunity coming in, and we're like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm going to hop on my horse and I'm going to go after it. But it's like, okay, relax a little. Knights are known for extremes. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, they're known for kind of going after things, just like they're excited. They're like, they got the call. They're not even waiting for the call. They just know that they got to go after it. And then like the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, they're extreme when like they're waiting, where they don't really know what to do, so they're just kind of chilling, right? But we know what we want, we're going to go after it. And so I think it's really awesome to kind of stay in tune with this energy, even like this wand being you, right? You're Leo, you're a fire sign. And this willingness to learn, this willingness to kind of go out there and make mistakes and just keep moving forward because you can see what's coming in for you. There's all this yellow and this orange, but even at that, like in the extreme of what can happen, you have armor all over you, so you're protected in where you're going. Then we have death here. And I think he's coming along to kind of help us. Again, those doubts, these things, this stuff. leaving behind, or even maybe this extreme behavior where that's how we used to be all the time because they're kind of like going in opposite directions. We're changing, we're calming ourselves down, we're balancing ourselves out, because maybe that's where we got in our own way before, where we were just kind of going at things too fiercely, too kind of harsh, without thinking about how maybe it's going to affect my body, how am I mentally, like, we're bringing this balance in, right? This balance and harmony, that's a big thing. And we're allowing our ideas to kind of be inspired and just kind of implementing, I feel like, a new routine and leaving what didn't work in the past, right? Because I feel like this soldier, this death card, he's coming in very calmly. He's not rushing in like the Knight of Wands, right? He knows what's going on, and he trusts that in the space that he is making, his dreams are going to come true, right? Because there's this little like the sun in the background, and that's where we're going. Even on his flag here, it's the rose. It's a rose, and roses are a symbol of rebirth, of new ideas coming in. And so pay attention. Again, like I said, we're thinking our ideas are being illuminated right now. So pay attention to the new things that are coming in as you are making space from the old. It's also 13, so that reduces to 4. 4 is the number for structure and stability. So you're also letting go of those faulty foundations where maybe before we're rushing into relationships with people that didn't really care about us, people that really weren't there for us, right? And we have this new opportunity of love coming in. So maybe we have partners coming because Venus is now direct, and all the other planets are direct, so we're communicating properly, we're feeling love in the right way, our passions aren't getting in the way of our desires, and we can kind of, we can actually see people for who they are, right? In a different way. So it's like these toxic people that used to kind of take space in our life, we're letting that go. No, because we're moving forward, and we're moving to somewhere stable. We're moving to something that makes us feel comfortable. Again, that still lights us up and that is aligned with our desires, but that comes from a place of structure and stability and security that you built, and getting rid of the old structure that wasn't serving us anymore. It's like, look where Death's going. Death's going to the 4 of Wands, and it's in the middle of your reading, and I just love that. It is that right here, and it's here, and it's this long journey that was dark and scary, and you couldn't really tell where it was going, but it brought you exactly here. And again, it's this moment this month, especially with this being in the middle of your reading, it's what this whole month is kind of centered around. Again, justice coming around, karma kind of balancing out its scales, and it bringing you exactly where you needed to be. Yes, it might have been hard, it could have been treacherous, but you needed to learn those lessons along the way so that you can move forward into this next phase of life with ease, with happiness, with joy, with, just excited to be alive. And it's in understanding that, joy and happiness can't happen all the time. That's, an unrealistic expectation to have for yourself, because we learn things in the hurt, in the grief that we go through, in the sad times, right? And just knowing that you're just ready, you are just here to experience it, right? We're here to live, we're here to be in these good feeling things, but we're going to this next part with ease, right? Because we're not fighting it anymore. We're not trying to take control. We're Leos. So we are soothing the beast that's inside of us and trusting where the universe is taking us. And there's people here waiting for you. They're celebrating with you. Again, this is number 4. This is also like 11:11. That's how I see these 2 wands. 1, it's a doorway into a new way of life, but 2, it's like make a wish. What have you been wishing on, and what are you ready to bring in? Because it's waiting for you right here. This is the kingdom of your dreams, right? That's how I always how I think of goals. It's like your kingdom of happiness, your kingdom of dreams, what you see for yourself, right? The picture perfect life you could have, it's so close. It is right here. So don't give up this month. Trust where you're going, because we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, and you can trust it because you're no longer deceiving yourself. You're no longer manipulating the situation. You're communicating properly. You're being honest about things. You're not playing games with other people, so you can feel okay within yourself. I feel like that's also the structure that we were kind of letting go. We're not just lighting fires under people's asses and just blowing smoke of our own, right? We're being honest, and we free ourselves from the kind of hurt and the deception that we were kind of keeping ourselves behind because we were deceiving other people. Does that make sense? Because that's what the 5 of Swords is this way. It's about serious conflict. It's about conflict. in our life, and conflict that we may have caused. And with it being in reverse, we are not experiencing this conflict because we've taken responsibility for our actions. We've taken responsibility for when we've gone wrong and we've acted in extreme. And we are leaving that behavior in the past so that we can move forward and be something that's stable and secure and that's full of our dreams, right? And so we can free ourselves from that. We can free ourselves from these burdens that we were carrying around that stopped us from seeing where we were going. So the Ten of Wands is about. About carrying too many things, too many expectations, too many beliefs, too many, burdens, things you should have done with your life, people you should be, people like partners you let go. It's getting in the way of seeing what's in front of you. And what's in front of you is this. Look, it's a kingdom right here. You're walking towards it. This is an X2, so it's also a crossroads. There's multiple sword, even this Ten of Swords here at the bottom, representations of you crossing into this next life. So this is this like end of a transition and a beginning into another one, which why it feels so uncomfortable and why it feels so overwhelming, because you're kind of just like waiting, or like January we were waiting and we're like, oh, okay, I'm getting a little antsy, I'm a fire sign, I got a lot to do, I'm creative, right? And it's this month we see why. So drop the burdens, let them go, let that weight off your shoulder. It's too hard carrying around too many things. You don't need to be carrying around everything at once. You don't need to be this like crazy jack of all trades that is doing too many things that it can't really devote itself to the one thing that it really wants to do, right? And so at the end of the month, we find ourselves walking away from the dreams that don't serve us, from the fears that don't take up space anymore. And we keep ourselves connected to our desires and our dreams right here, right? And we go with the flow, and we trust where our intuition is taking us, because you are this person walking away from these desires, right? Maybe this is relationships, and again, dreams that just really aren't ours, expectations that we hold ourselves to, weight on our shoulders that just doesn't deserve a place anymore, doesn't need to be taking up space. And 8 is the number for strength, and strength is you, baby. That is strength. That's the number 8 in the tarot, right? And that's you. That is, having the courage to stand by what you believe in, stand by your desires, and follow that, what you know is your purpose in your heart, and walk away from the things that aren't anymore. The moon's in the sky, right? It's illuminating everything. So it could feel scary, but this new beginning, we already know, because we've been shown that this is the kingdom and the place that we've been dreaming of, what we know for ourselves, right? It's the middle of our reading. So walk away from what doesn't serve you. That's really liberating. Again, you're dressed in red, and your shoes have red on them too. And red is the color for desires, our passions, and allowing that to be what leads us, right? So that's what you're doing here. You're following your intuition. The intuition being blue, even in these cards. There's so much blue actually throughout your whole reading. So in moments where you're feeling a little uneasy, you're feeling a little unsure, listen to your intuition. Take this opportunity this month to really get clear and, clear up that space so you can be the guide for yourself. So you're not looking to things externally to show you the way. Our oracle cards, we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestrations, Helpers in Subtle Realms, and the Initiation, Rite of Passage, Crossing the Threshold. That looks like this. All of these things together, 100%. That's exactly what you're doing. It is. It feels like an initiation, 100%. You get blessed, then you get tested. You got to let some things go to walk through and really examine what's been holding you down, what's been holding you back, right? Let's read these, because I think these are really cool. They're not cool, but I really like these for you. 94 and 68. So let's do Council of Light first. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist you in the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it is time to ask them. They can help you with all kinds of requests, nothing too big or too small. Think of them as your own personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate to them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels, and guides devoted to raising the earth of the rising of earth and all of humanity. If you are a light worker, it is from them that you receive your personal mission. Like a spirit world united nation, they want to thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity and guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in requests and let them get to work. I love that, yeah, because you're fire signs, so light workers, for sure. And I feel like definitely speaking to a group of you who definitely feel like healers and teachers, and you're kind of stepping into this new light of like how to share, how to express what you want to teach, right? But in the, again, the moments of doubts and this, with this death, or even down here, if you're feeling unsure, feeling unshaken, speak out, ask for help. They're here and they want to help you. And I love that. And like, look, and it's like this balance, right? This reminds me of all these chakras, and look at all this support around you. I keep saying it feels like we're in this spiritual protection bubble right now, because there's so many things that are really coming around to help us, right? That justice being hidden under there to bring us where we want to be. You have a big mission and you're fulfilling it right now. So don't doubt where you are. You are exactly where you need to be. Okay, the initiation. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps where you are right now, you are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross this threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, a safety, security, depth of meaning. Initiations, like rite of passages, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, grief, loss, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be ourselves more than ever before. If you are in the middle of initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you will be closer than you think. Yes. Yes, 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 to all of that. Oh, I love it. All right, now to get into our love reading. Okay, we have unrequited love. There's not enough chemistry or attraction to keep this relationship going with the Hierophant. We have calling in your soulmate, Three of Swords in reverse. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, Page of Cups. Yeah, I don't feel like this month is going to be crazy big on, bringing in a soulmate. You have so much to do, or bringing in bringing in a partner, you have so much that you are going through right now that you're working through individually. Like you're learning, you're a teacher, you're learning, you're releasing. Again, I feel like it goes to this of like releasing some toxic relationships, some old patterns in our relationship, and we're learning how, what we really desire, what our needs really are, and what we really want in our relationships. And we are starting to call in our soulmate by getting ourselves on the right. We are calling in our soulmate by getting ourselves in the right path and kind of doing what we need to be doing, right? Crossing this new threshold. And so I feel like that's what it's actually with this like Three of Swords in reverse here, and even this like release your ex. You're releasing this energy that just doesn't serve you anymore, so that you can open yourselves up with this Page of Cups to a new love, to be ready to explore love with another person again. So, don't be down on yourself if you're not really feeling it. It just keep this focus on you, because you have a lot that you're going through. You have a lot that you're working through, and a lot of support around you to work through, to, get to that stuff. Make you the focus this month. Like, I love that for you, Leos, because literally, like, you are the sun. You are the, like, so even be more of a center of attention for yourself. Or make yourself the center of attention for yourself. Does that make sense? Like, take it up, because they're coming in. Alrighty, we're going to get into our affirmation. If you'd like to know more about me, what I have going on, you can go to ashley.rose.com. Follow me on Instagram as well. That's Ashley Rose Tarot. And that it is. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Yes. And I really don't think it needs to be more than that, because you are guided through every step of the way, through every step of this journey, right? We have these, council of light behind us that's taking you down here, right? And I even like how it's like, I feel like this card even matches that card, right? You're going to a new place, a new way of being. It just allow the guidance to show you where to go. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. I'm really excited for what's coming for you, Leos. So I hope you have a great February. I can't wait to see what happens. I love you guys, and I will see you in the daily tarot readings.